Yo, what's up? It's Ratty, and you're here to find out if you can actually break a brick the way they always do in those Kung Fu movies, how I did in my 9 months of China video. And I'm making this video because I had someone comment that in my video it was a trick, the bricks were fake, or I didn't do the setup properly. He's suggesting that if you set up 2 posts and break the brick, that's much more real than the way I did it. So I'm going to show you footage of people hitting the bricks, not breaking them, and going into some pain. This is definitely not a trick, but before I jump into that, I want to notify that yes, you can definitely buy fake bricks, I'm sure. The structure of the bricks is important. That being said, let's jump to the footage and I'll break down brick breaking for you. Okay, let's do it. First off, let's talk about the mindset. I mean, realistically, you're trying to slam your hand into a brick and you don't know if you're going to break it or not, especially if you haven't done it before. Looking at it in slower motion, you can see that by holding the brick on one side, if you're not stable enough, even if you hit the brick really hard, it's just going to bounce and you're going to end up with some pain. And focus is a key part of breaking the brick, because even if you're really good and you're just losing the focus, it's not going to break. Now we just saw Kyle mess up an attempt, but he's going to actually show us in this next clip how you can cheat the breaking of a brick. So notice what he's doing with his left hand, the hand holding the brick. Notice that it's not laying flat, and when he lifts it, it gives him a lot more leverage once his other hand lands. So let's watch that again. Here we go, he's lifting the brick up, and boom, the brick hits, and that causes a bigger impact as opposed to just holding it flat. And by far the hardest way to break a brick is to just not hold one end of it. And that means you have to have a lot of speed going into the brick such that the impact is enough to break it without the need for the other hand to be there. So by the demonstrations we just saw, you can tell that holding a brick on one end versus having it supported by a post on both ends is a much harder way to break the brick, let alone if you do it like Kyle does without even having to hold the brick, it's even harder. So by no means is 2 posts an easier way to do this, and by no means is this a trick. Alright, I hope you enjoyed that video. Please leave any comments, questions down below. Any other things you thought were tricks or that you want more explanation on in terms of Kung Fu, in terms of the video I posted about my 9 months in China. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.